Spirit of the Lord is saying that's a happy place. That's the happiest place to be. That's a high frequency. And then that's why you begin to let the music play. You begin to create the music, and you dance and you sing, and you let that music bring it in. That thing, let the thing pay you for the value that is going out. That really is priceless value when people are being restored and even cured back home to their true identity. The Spirit of the Lord is saying it's priceless for you to come back home to the fact that actually you can't be monetized actually, because it's an invaluable, unlimited ability of the mind of eternity that lasts infinitely forever. So there's really no box or package for you to fit in, but just know, the Spirit of the Lord is saying, that you are the multiplication. You are the monetization, and that the Spirit of the Lord is saying, because I am your multiplication and your monetization. But as he broke it down, that's when he began to bring up the scriptures that are in the word about, and then he brought up the scriptures again, how at the marriage feast they were out of wine. And the reason why they were out of wine, because once again it was a brand new time. Jesus was present, and the Spirit of the Lord is saying, and that's the mind and the time that we are in today. Jesus is present. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, whether you believe or don't believe, your ability to hear clear what the Spirit of the Lord, the living Lord and the King of the Kings has to say means you are hearing from the Spirit as Jesus told you to do. He who has the ear to hear, let him hear. So now you are seeing rightly and precisely from within you. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, because I'm coming through you. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, Holy Spiritually, you are light beings made in my imagery, and greater works you will do. And that is a return of me. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, and regardless to who comes and who you think you're supposed to see, the first person you're supposed to see is you. The Spirit of the Lord is saying the first person you're supposed to see return to its true identity is you. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, because the only you that will identify with me will be the light being seeing rightly and precisely. And how else will you see except for you come back into your light identity, which is you are me and I am you inwardly, because now you have come back home to your divinity, which is your deity, a mind of infinite knowledge, infinite knowing. The return of you is the return of me, God Almighty. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, and you are multiplying daily. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, because the same way that, again, the multiplication was able to take place for the natural eyes to see it happening tangibly with the fish and with the oil and with the water, it literally transforming, not just only multiplying, but at the same time that the water was flowing, it transformed into wine, into fire water, into the delicious wine, the best wine saved for last. That's the time you're in right now. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, contrary to the past, you are in the time of the best wine. In other words, you are in the time of the best mind saved for last. That's the mind that you are in at this very moment in time, as you are growing up and glowing up inwardly like a thief in the night when Jesus Christ returns for his people. The Spirit of the Lord is saying that person, that mind and that design, that the heart that wants to know me is a heart of purity, truly, totally and completely. The heart that is the heart of purity sees me. That means knows me, that means hears me, that means understands me and receives me inwardly. So now they begin to be transformed by the renewing of their mind in this brand new time. Now they are becoming multiplied, and they shall be monetized easy as 1, 2, 3, because the gifts that's on the inside of them for my glory, the Spirit of the Lord is saying, and my timing will be glowing up on the inside of them too. So the same way that a child grows up, because now they're learning the way I created them to, where they are learning the things that are necessary in order to read or to write, that are the necessary things that they need to do in order to communicate, which they almost don't even need that nowadays with translation and the technology and things going on. But naturally, supernaturally, they are growing up, naturally developing hands and feet and everything else that they're developing, but they are naturally, supernaturally developing inwardly as a light being, seeing too, in oneness with me, to where now as they are continuing to grow, where they're literally in a happy place, they are not being abused and falsely accused, and in places where they're in competitions in somebody's hard four-walled school, where kids are cruel to one another and hurting one another and calling one another names and taking their attention span away, because now they got to figure out how they're even going to make it through the day when someone says they're ready to fight you for no reason at all, with that terrible treacherous mind of the fall coming from little children. And now you got little children seeming like they, instead of going to school, they're going into a war zone. The Spirit of the Lord is saying that is no longer condoned. The Spirit of the Lord is saying this sin mentality has come to an end because my presence is here. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, so the greatest fear is me. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, and that mind that tries to put fear in my people, the Spirit of the Lord is saying that mind needs to come into a place where it understands that the greatest fear is not your fear. The greatest fear is my fear, and my presence is here. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, because my children will grow up in the true love frequency at home, in the love of family, and in the love of people who have a true heart of purity, where it's not just a business idea for religiosity to give your money to men, but people are still living in that old, literally damned mentality to where people are smiling at you outwardly, but will never begin to even have a desire to be your friend. Spirit of the Lord is saying, but the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth that makes my children free. Ultimately, the sum total of what God was saying about multiplication, monetization, it started as the joy of the Lord is our strength, but the ultimate understanding is that the reason why the joy of the Lord is your strength, because when you return back home to the secret mysteries, which he says is my story, spelled MYSTORY, there's no longer a mystery, because it's simply my story. It's the truth being told. That's what he's saying. The truth that man never wanted to let go, or he never wanted people to see. He never wanted it to be told, because how can you keep people in slavery when they return back home to their true identity, that you can't enslave me, because the I am in me is the one who even created all things, as I am returning back to my memory, because of course we're evolving every day. So it's not you saying, oh, you created the planet. But what's happening which is past the mortal mind to understand that there is an evolving of a problem solving of a mystery from way back in history going on, that is coming back together again. The Spirit of the Lord is saying, which is past the mortal mind to even comprehend, which is this: when you understand energy, your energy is returning like pieces to a puzzle. Your energy mentality is coming back together again, which is your true identity, which is I am, that knows all things and created all things to God's glory.